Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of our isolated city in the middle of the ocean. Where last episode guys, we did some great expansions. We kind of pre-planned where our highway route is going to be running. We did a little bit more expansion, getting more people moving into the island. We set up some road layouts. Everything is going swimmingly. And today, the residents might go swimming too. Because I'm gonna take away some land so boats can access the middle area. Might cause some flooding. Oh dear God. Guys, welcome back to another episode. If you're enjoying this series, make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new in here, make sure you subscribe so you get notified when that next episode does come out, where we put it back. So, this is where we last left it off. We kind of built our highway because I want a highway going around the ring of the whole island. And that'll be like the major way in which they kind of transport or kind of maneuver themselves from point A to point B. I also want to be able to access the Screaming Wilson Island mouth by boats. Which means I kind of carved this, well, I'm not carved it, but I kind of preset this area out here where we're going to create a channel. So water can pass through so we can get kind of cargo ships in and about. Which is really exciting. And we need to do some more expansions. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to carve this, get it all through. I don't know if I'm going to have enough money to be able to get a cargo harbour. Because also what I want to do is I want to move my industrial area here a little bit more over to kind of this side. So boats will come in. They'll sail up. Park up. Unload, load, whatever, and then sail back out. And eventually I'll turn this into another little kind of passageway as well, so they can just kind of skim their way through. Which means I also get to extend the highway. But all this is very, very expensive. So this is what I mean by I hope I've got enough money. It's going to be very interesting. So I won't do this just yet, because I want to get the industrial area all set up. So what I'll do is I'll figure out where I'm going to put it. And I'm also going to run with the lines and get all that stuff set up as well. And then get the highway over. Move this. Zone it over to there. Hopefully sort out this sewage issue we've got on the go too. Because that's going to be a pain. And what I've kind of figured out as well is this 4-lane road. I might turn it and get it to kind of run around the edge. So not only do we have the highway road. But we've also got like running, I wouldn't say parallel. A more higher capacity road going in that direction too, because if nobody uses the highway, they're going down these streets, and that might take some time. Anyway, things are getting exciting. So, I'm going to quickly pre-plan this all out. So if I go rural and we go this, now we're going to kind of turn this road here into the 4-lane road. So we'll come off this road to begin with, and if I just push this up so far, so we kind of keep to somewhat of a grid format, bring it to about there, and then I want to be able to turn it to kind of run this way and then turn again. So that's where we're getting all these little bends and stuff from, because we got to kind of go around full circle with all of our zoning. So here then, if I pick about there, and then I run to about here with this. Right, let me zoom out. Let me just say about there. Now let's go to about here. Right. It all makes sense in a moment. I feel like I'm a bit too close for that. Alright, if I go there and then run it to about here. Right, I'll be happy with that. And I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Then running in this direction before we have to turn again. So they're my straight bits that we're going to be working with. They are the marker points in which we kind of then build this whole area off. So in reality, if I delete, that might be a bit too far for the deletions, but we're working at a 30 by 24. If I can get like a 30 by 30, then I've got a perfect sweet little bend. So a 30, and if I can pick up another 30, which is here, do you reckon that's too far for a bend? I like the short and sweet because you can kind of see it a lot better. So I might bring this down a bit more. Let's actually bring this in to about then. How far off is that? Right, we'll do it here then. Because if you can visually see the bend a bit more, then it's more visually pleasing to the eye. So I'll bring it to about 15 there. So, yeah, there we go. A 10 by 10 if I can just squeeze it in. 10 by 10. Bam. We're on our way. So he says. So he says, anyway. And then we'll get that road to kind of run parallel with this. It should all turn out to be a dream. So let's try and do the same thing here then. A nice little kind of 10 by 10. So what is the distance of that then? So it snaps there. And if I get to here, which actually I'm going to re-delete this. And we're going to run with this right now. So we get to that point there from our 10 by 10 bend. So there is a 110. So a 100, which will then allow us to do a 10 by 10 bend. Oh, this is glorious. Right, I'll delete this, because I don't know how far I'm going to take that just now. But that's snapped in. If I do another 100 here. Right, we're in fashion, boys. It's going to work. And then we'll just kind of bend off this and go in all different types of the ways. I just want to kind of sort out where that run of the road is going to go, where we can all come off it. Right, this will be interesting. So that's all good then. We've squeezed that in. All I've got to do now then is create here, which I'm going to use this section there, or build up my industrial area. So we're going to go for the 4-lane road to begin with. And I could also, I mean, if I'm upgrading it to that, it's going to be 20 off anyway. So I could use the parallel mod, couldn't I? I mean, I recently used this in the Canal Town series that I've been doing. Kind of do get a little bit carried away with it now these days. Not sorry. But let me increase this. What I should have done, right, was upgrade a piece of road there. So if I just get rid of this, and if I upgrade you, because then I can align it all perfect. So unfortunately I've got to do this again. But this will be a lot easier to get the alignment than the other way I was going to plan on doing it. Right, all the way up. So I've just got to get this smack bang on. It's difficult. Not gonna lie. I think that was smack bang perfect in the first place. Boom! Has that connected? Oh boys, it's only gone and connect. Wait, what's going on here? Why is it blue? And why are you elevated there? This is magical, magical. It is so magical. Why can't I upgrade you? What is wrong now? There's no zoning on that road. Anyway, it needs to be this one. I think it needs to be that one. Am I right in saying that? Oh, it's the one with trees! Oh, I should have checked this before I did all this. It's the freaking one with trees, boys. Alright, it's a good job this doesn't cost me any money to kind of upgrade it. Or does it? Oh, no, it does! Yikes. Anyway, we have this little run going on. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know if I want it to kind of go all the way around and follow us, because it looks a bit funky at this point. I might actually get it to about here and then turn it in. That might be a better option for me. So I'm going to pick, for example, this section here. And if I just come out by 10, come out by 10, right, and I'm going to scrap this off, because this is where my industrial area will then begin. This is where it then will begin. And back to this. Right, run this down. So we're going to hit it there anyways. It's almost like a perfect diagonal. But if I bring it by 25, delete you, mate. Delete you. And then back in again. Right, so I'm at 11 by 10. Alright, 11. I want to get it perfect, so let me redo that. So 10 by 10. In we go. And this here could be a highway connection. Which then makes me want to change how this road comes down and cuts in that way. So it comes out a little bit wider. Right, guys, will I ever be happy with this? The answer is probably no. But you've got to do what you've got to do, boys. You've got to do what you've got to do to make it look good. Where's my rural road? So if I bring that to here, and bring that to there, I could then set up a sweet little 8 spinsies, 8x8 connecting. Oh, I like this. I like the crisscross and the change. So we definitely have a highway connection here. We definitely have a highway connection just there. Would we want one in the middle around about here? The answer is probably yes. Yes, we would. So we'll also get one in there. So I'm going to build up an industrial area here. I'm kind of excited. I might actually change this up so it bends down, then cuts in a bit more that way. Anyway, I'm getting too carried away right now. So we'll utilize this point here, because we might have to stick a roundabout there, you never know. We might need double roundabouts, to be honest with you. Right, if I come up by a 10, go across by a 30 and down. Let me just set up some mark points right now. 30 and down. There we go. And I'm sticking to these rural roads, because I do really, really like them. 30 and down. So this becomes a industrial area to begin with. So if I then also continue it this way, 10, 30 that way, let's do a double as well. So we're really bulking up what would be an industrial area, and then the highway would kind of run along this side here. That's how we're going to get it. That's how we're going to get it right now. Fairly interesting. Now I want to build a cargo harbour, a little port section here. So I might also lead it on. I'm going to have to upgrade that road. I might lead it onto somewhere down here too, so we can run with this. So if I come off, if I came off about here by a 10. Now, am I going to stick to the 10? That's a 20. Let's do a 20. Right, and bringing that down, you don't really get the turn that you want in with it. So I'll bring that to there. You can't. You're gonna lose a section anyway there. Maybe I can run that into there to kind of create the bend. So if I did that, a 13 by a 13, and then we're straight in. Not saying that I'm gonna get something similar here, but if I ran to there, 10 by 10, we've kind of ran with the turn here. We've got a corner there. And I'm going to run by a 40 here and run it back up by a 10. So with that run going in, this is going to end as a dead section where we're going to have our harbour kind of come out. And we'll kind of build one too. So I've kind of got that corner down. It looks a little bit complicated for now, but it will all come together once we get it all rocking and rolling. It should all kind of nicely come together. So I was going to change how this road bend into it, but I think we'll just keep it as it is. That's pretty much fine. So we're going to have a highway connection there. I'm going to need another one around about here as well. So I might change how this all interacts. I could go on to create a looped area with the 4-lane roads. So getting away with your traditional 4 lanes running solid through, try and lead everybody to a highway. Now that could be interesting. So let's play around with that idea one more time, and let's say I chose here as being the point. Turn off there, next turn off's down there, should be all good. So I could just go straight into this with a road like that, and to be honest with you, I could just drop like a roundabout down, which will kind of connect everybody up. So where would all this meet for a roundabout? So that meets there. Okay, so it's going to happen here no matter what. Because that's kind of our marker points there. So if I stuck a roundabout here, that becomes a good little section for these 3 meeting. Unless I didn't do a roundabout, because I don't know how bad the traffic's going to be. And kind of came out by 10 here. And would you rather have the bend there? Or would you rather have the bend with the road coming away? Because that could go to here and that becomes like a 90 degree. But then the road popping out there and then bending around into that, or going diagonal just doesn't feel right, or going this way and kind of then bending up and in. How would this look if I came out by 5? Alright, this now is going to decide how the rest of this all runs. So if I went to the maximum, well, I wouldn't say maximum, but if that was like a good enough excuse there for a bend, you could get away with that. You could get away with it, and it will work. So I haven't got to build the highway now. That's the great thing about it, because we've got these roads in. All I've really got to do is get this road here, eventually turn to connect to there to run along with it. So anyone going here for now can just use this road. Anybody else can utilize it as well, and we're going to be good to go. Now let's get all the essential stuff in. So all the waterworks we're going to get in now. Get all this up and running. I'll get all connected in just a minute. I'm just trying to do the spacing. Just trying to do the spacing, boys. There we go. Run down here. And then bam here. So we'll connect just here real quick. Follow this road. Bring it to there. So they'll have the water, they just won't have the power at the moment. So let's quickly start to switch this all over then. So it looks like it's going to be a busy area, but again, the road's going to... This road here, I can feel like it's going to go that way. Highway's going to continue. We'll bulk up this road by the looks of it, because it does look like it's going to be a little bit too shabby. And we'll probably have like another connection there as well. But if I zone all this... And I also zone you, and then go all down here. So I'm really going for it with the zoning. Really going to give it a good go. De-zone all of this area here. Right, it's all got to go. And I'm going to quickly pause for a hot minute, because it does mean that I've got to now relocate a lot of this stuff. So for the purpose of the game running, I'll drop the solar plant just there. We've also got a couple of recycling centres I'm going to move over this way too. So I'll drop... Yeah, I'll drop you here. And run back, grab you. Drop you there. What else do we have? Do we have anything else apart from the wind turbines? I think it might at the moment just be the wind turbines, right? Which we've got a little bit of wind over here, which will kind of... I mean, I know it cost me money to reallocate. How much did it cost me? 1,200. Okay, I'm going to run out of money in just a moment. So I also need to kind of run the power lines. Oh, not enough money. Oh, snap. Right. Might need to grab a quick loan. I'll take 60 grand just because of the weekly cost of it. It won't cripple me too much. So I can now stick to my original plans anyway. So moving you over to here. So everyone I do kind of makes the wind less and less for the other areas. If I grab the power line from... Oh, no, I'm gonna eventually build... I don't have to build the highway yet, do I? I don't technically have to build the highway yet. So I could just, for now, get this to here. Just for now. I'll keep this here just for the sewage for the most part. As I slowly choke. And I reckon that's how far we'll go with it for now. Yeah. That's as far as we'll kind of take it for just for the moment. So that's going to get rid of all the industrial. And hopefully it will slowly rebuild itself over here and then eventually fill up. Which does then mean all this area then we can eventually start to add in more residential. And all that jazz. So if I went ahead and built up more residential. Pause for a quick minute because we are not zoning there correctly. There we go, there we go, there we go. We got a little bit of a commercial as well. Which is the commercials over there and over here. It feels like we need to do like a little section roundabout here. Just there for some commercial. Has he got water? No. So let's quickly get all the water in. We don't have it all the way over here either. There we go. We should be in business. We should technically be in business right now, so it should generate us the revenue all back. So these guys are complaining. And it'll take a while before I can actually build in this area until all the pollution has died down. That's something else that is going to take a while for us. So let that build itself back up. We might have a few little issues here with the garbage, but I'm hoping that these buildings will eventually like connect together shortly. And then we should be okay. So keep building, boys. We've lost a lot of tax money by deleting all that industrial sections. But it will all work out in the end. It will all work out in the end. So while we're waiting anyway, we're going to actually sort this road out. So upgrade to there, upgrade to there. We do need to delete. We'll delete to there. Say here. And then where does it meet on the bend? So a 13 by 13. So that kind of... Do you know what? It doesn't even have to be like that. You could just do a straight up 20 by 26. But if I do a 20 straight bend and in, it's more of a gradual turn as it goes in. So that would be the dominant route, 4-lane road all the way down. There's no trees just here, but once the pollution's died down, the trees will grow back. And then, not saying that the power will spread, but a little bit more residential. I don't want to put them under the highway, so we'll kind of just do it to here. And I'll place down some like something there just to kind of spread the gap. But we're back to making money. So these will connect very shortly. Oh, there we go. All connected for the power. I know I've got some power over there. It needs to be spread over. But them solar panels, they do a lot. Actually, you know what? I could delete these and save some money. See, that will be handy. And I'm hoping that power will eventually spread all the way over. I think I've got this area exactly how I want it for now. So another highway turn off about here for this road there, which obviously will also come down this way. Another highway turn off for there, which will obviously come down this way. And then it'll progress over there. So the reason I don't extend this 4-lane road this way is because eventually we're going to have here the little kind of cut through area for the boats. So the only road that will go over would be the highway, like how this here kind of ends there and doesn't go any further. The highway will pass over. So I've got this exactly how I want it. Minus the pollution in the water. But when I can afford it, I will sort it all out. Don't worry. Don't worry. So will that pass over that power? I don't know. Just for the purpose of it kind of being okay to go. We'll get that there connected. So at least the commercial there can grow. And then we'll then find out what demands we then have remaining. So it's going to be a very busy road this until we build our little highway connection. It really is, isn't it? Yeah. So I can see us eventually with this. If I go back to the rural, we'll do another 10 and that will kick in there. So that will be our 30 gap space. So obviously that will go up to here. But I might have to turn one of these into like a mini, because you can get the 4-lane roads. Like this style. So you can upgrade that there to be the same thickness, but it's a 4-lane road. So it kind of acts as this, but doesn't take up as much space. So that's what you would kind of do to upgrade passing through if there becomes like a lot of traffic anyway. But I ain't going to worry about the highway just yet, because that's an expensive project for something that is not technically needed at the moment. So we can kind of hold out for that. We can. Right, so this road here has to come to an end at some point, so we'll end it just there and just there. We'll bring this to about there. Bring you to about here. Can I do like 5 more maybe? Yeah. Now, key wall. Do I key wall this? I think we're going to need it to a certain extent. Now, if I came out just behind the back of the zoning, apparently it's too steep, but I'm going to anarchy this in. Oh wow, that does drop down, doesn't it? And then do the same on this side. So run it just to there. So we've kind of walled it off, and then the edges will just kind of be natural. They will be natural. So what we do then is we kind of find the highest points, which will looks like it will kind of be here. So we align this to the object height of, for example, this road there, right? Worst case scenario, we have to kind of bring this one up a little bit, but that does us justice. And the same on this side, which we're probably looking at about here. So I'll just do it with this one node because the way it kind of falls in. There we go. So then in reality, we should be able to get away with the alignment of this to there gradually going down. Now, I know this is facing the wrong way, so don't worry about that just at the minute. There to there. Very good. There to there. There to there. And then we just need to invert the segment. So which is the invert segment? It's you, isn't it? So I think we've got it right. Which way does it need to be on? I think I might need to like flatten the land first before I can do all this. So if I choose the brush then, and let's say I go to the level of the water line, we use that as our marker point first, so go a little bit bigger. So it might push some water through, it might not. See, we can go right up. There we go. Ooh, undo that there, because I didn't want to pump it out any more than what it is. Go right in. There we go. So yeah, then the inverting of the segments right now. Just do you. Pop you around. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. So just go up to the edge of this. So I'm going to bring it to the edge of where the key wall kind of ends and let the land do itself naturally. Kind of smoothing that one off a bit there. That's a bit better. So I know it's not the perfect height for the water to pass through, but this should do exactly what we need it to do now moving forward. So now we'll get it to the height that we need it. So I reckon we go about there. So if I kind of went in, you can then kind of see the water just wants to shoot itself in. So if I did the same just here. So where is the, there, it's this line here. So not to say that I'm trying to reduce flooding, because it's already going to flood anyway. But we'll up the brush size a bit more. Pass it all through. Now them queue walls are going to be naturally high anyway. Yeah, they're going to be naturally high anyway. But they're there as like a, almost like a flood barrier in many ways. So that'll be interesting. It does mean that we're now going to be polluting the sewage water into the main bit of sea. But we're now got this little bit of a pass through, which is quite exciting. I'm going to have to delete this road back a bit. I don't think I want the road hanging over too much. And that's pretty good, man. I'll be happy with that. And I might sand all this edge off now as well. So, sand, please. I didn't realise it was big as a job to place sand down. Do I need to sand all of this off, by the way? I'll have that brush a bit. Right, stand it all down. I gotta get rid of the little stumps and brushes and trees and stuff in as well. So, trees, goodbye. A little bit of sand. So that should be good to go. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? It's very exciting. Right, so what we got over here? Issues? Not enough buyers for the products? Somebody could do with a cargo harbour. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Also, we need some more garbage taken care of as well. So while we do have those two down, they're fairly cheap on the weekly to run. I'm going to place another one down. Now, it won't give me the capacity that I truly need, but it will definitely kind of help me out by collecting a little bit more garbage. So let's plan out then how we're going to have our harbour. Could do with a fire station over here too. Yeah. Right, let's plan out how we're going to have our harbour then. So, I kind of want it to stick out a little bit, not too much. And I think I'll use this road here and this road here. One being the inlet and looping back out. So, oh, I could use that one as... No, we'll use these two here. This should be fine. This should be fine. So, you can do it as a one-lane road. It is the right style, isn't it? Yeah. And we will... I'll anarchy the whole thing, by the way. So, out by a 20. In by a 20. So, if I bring this out by a 30. By a 30. If I want to, I can get a few more going across. So I know it's a complete 30 away. So if I went for like a 15 by 15 bend. 15 by 15 bend. Right, I've got this huge sticking out bit right now. Which I could drop down the cargo harbour here. If I just kind of carve all this out. Got this big looping round, but I'll turn it into a square. Ultimately, anyway. So, again, the key wall's coming out thick and fast. And we'll go from like a 5 away. Well, I say a 5 away. It'll be enough for the zone in here. So, if that came out by a... to there, it went by another 15. So, that'll be a 69. Right. And if I went across... Actually, I'm going to start it here. Try to get this all leveled up right. Bam, ba bam. Do you reckon it's too wide for a cargo harbour? So I also want to kill off just here and here. I feel like it slightly is. Yeah. I feel like it slightly is. We'll scrap this idea and we'll redo it. So what I'll do here, because that's going to go straight down into there. If I came down by a 10. Now let's do a 15. It's wide enough there. And then came in by... Was that a 20 or a 21? 20. By a 30. I think I need to stick this out a little bit more. I'm going to read... I'm doing all this as well, remember. And cancel that there. So I went from here, there. Obviously I want to go to here just so I can get the bend in. And then I'm going to bring this out. So if I can create here a little mouthpiece, I want to be able to 15 by 9. 9 by 9, a little bit of straight. And then bring it to there. I'm just trying to calculate everything in my head. 23 by 15. 15. Spin it round. By 15. So you got a little mouthpiece coming in, which I'm actually going to now delete by this amount. Because you've got to make sure that it's wide enough to get a boat in. Which that should be. And if I delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you. That could be my little harbour for now. And this could work out fairly well. So bringing you down. And just ending you here. Looks a bit complicated, but trust me, it will look fantastic. Also, that there is a 15. Here is a 20. I've done it by 5 less, haven't I? 15. This is where I should have done it too. But that is my bad. Well, I ain't going to argue at that. That seems a little bit more plausible at this point. But then again, I can make this a 15 as well. Oh, this is where I've got too many decisions to be making. So that there is a 22. So if I do by a 7, that's now a 15. Right. Okay. Enough messing about. Alright, I don't want to take roads. I don't want to take trees. So what am I taking now? Oh, buildings. Hold on. No buildings. Right. Have this the same object height, for example. Make sure I got that right there. Same object height as, for example, this. Wait, why can't I do it? As you? Which might cause some flooding. And by might, it will cause some flooding. I'm going to carve this out. Level all this. And then we've got our harbour. So put that into play mode as well. We've got enough money coming in right now. So that 4.5 grand we've got coming in a week is about to be disappearo. As I build stuff like my harbour and whatnot. Right, going all the way down. Get it right to the edges. And then we've got to invert what we need to invert. Thanking you very much. All the way down. So it's just easy to invert once you've got the land to the level that you want it. Because you can kind of see where you're at then at that point, can't you? Right, so time to invert. So we are inverting you. So all that's nicely inverted right now. All nicely inverted. Just gotta get this road to the correct level. So now I will accept roads. And then to the object height of U. Right, good. So we'll have to get rid of all the sand. We are going to have to level all of this area here off. There we go. Up the size a bit more. Should work, boys. It should work. So if I was to drop a cargo harbour down then. The cargo hub. This one does include trains. Oh, I've got to bring the ship line path in, haven't I, first? Alright, ship pathway. How can I forget? Alright, I'm going to make sure I can get it through here, which I can, no issues. And there we go. So how do I want it then? Eventually it's going to go, obviously, through here. So I reckon we get it to, like, navigate these little islands. Like that. But for us, obviously, I'm going to need them to have the ability to enter into here. Now, that there will eventually just pass through and connect down to there. Right, that's how I want it. So, will I eventually have trains on here? That's a good question, a good point that I don't truly know the answer to at the moment. So, I could place it there. Or I could place it here, but I honestly, I truly don't know. Or there. I'm going to actually put it here. I don't know if I'm going to be utilising trains. Honestly, I cannot tell you that for now, for a definite just yet. So get you, object height to you. There we go. We need to unhook the road. So if I can remember how to do this correctly right now. There was is it unlock segment? Yes. Right, there we go. So I can replace that with the one lane road. What's going on? Can I upgrade it? Have I relocked it? There we go. I must have relocked it then, didn't I? So if I do a 10 by 10 bending this way, and if I delete that real quick, a 15. So if I do a 5, 5, that should there be a 10 by 10. There we go. And then you got to get it all perfect, otherwise you just have traffic for days coming in. So I could get him to run down here and turn around, or I can get him to do a quick U here. I could utilize this bit going down here, to be honest with you. So let's say a 7 by 7. And then what, run it back this way? Yes. And that there becomes a 13 by 40. We'll take that. I'll do that there. So that going across now is a 7 by 7. This is going to be awkward. So it's going to be a case of something's going to be a 4, something's going to be a 3. So if I do a 4 by... It's a 7, isn't it? 4 by 3. 4 by 4. Not a fat lot I can do about that, unfortunately, but that's exactly how you would want it. Vehicles are already on the way over there right now. Now, we don't really have the power or the water connected. So I'll do that real quick right now. We'll get some power running up to it real quick. Now, believe it or not, they're going to be, like, desperate for this. They're going to be so eager to get over here. Solely because this is the first outside connection for goods. So they're not going to be able to get enough of it. Right, we need some more water. What am I'm using these, aren't I? So another water tower down, and just for the sake of it right now, I'm going to have to drop another one of these in. Just so I've got the capacity for sewage. I don't like the idea that I'm polluting. It is now all coming out to here. I will eventually get rid of it. Do not worry. We'll probably look at that next episode. Right, I need to get rid of all the sand on this harbour. Real quick. And there seems to be some resources through here as well. I think, anyway, unless it's just the natural bed. But I might... I'll take a quick look in a minute, but if there isn't resources, I'll get rid of them. It might be oil. No, oils are more of a purple colour, isn't it? This could be the natural bed, to be honest with you. Resources. There's nothing there, is there? No. No. No, it's just a natural bed that will eventually grow back into grass, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we have a little bit of a harbour, which ain't too bad. Ain't too shabby, mate. Which we should see boats coming through at some point. A little cargo area is all now underway. The pollution around here is... Do you know what? To be honest with you, I think it might have died down. So I can spend a bit of residential demands. Get all this in around these little cul-de-sacs. For now. Good little shout. And at this point then, we could really utilise the highway. So it all makes sense because we get a lot of vehicles now driving on both the little small road and the big 4-lane road. So the highway... Oh, there we go. The first ship is actually one leaving. Exporting the goods. We're producing too many from what our little island can buy right now. But this is a good little start, isn't it? It really is. Well, fast forward. I don't know how long it takes for that to kind of all die down, for it to disappear. There's a bit of pollution that we've kind of trapped in here from the sewage. These guys are coming in. They're utilising this fairly well. Still got to sort some levels out. But once the grass goes back, how long have we got to wait? You can see it's slowly growing back. If you kind of watch it, if I put my mouse on this piece of grass there, okay, I'll put it on these two here, covering those two. You'll slowly start to see grass growing around it. So you can see as it jumps that next step, and again a little bit more. Next step, you ready? Bam! There's more grass around. So the grass is slowly growing. The grass is slowly growing. It will take some sweet, sweet time. But the industrial area is all set up. I'm not going to do a big one. It'll be like a small one like this. We'll do like many like pockets of industrial. Would we utilize the train lines? Again, that I don't know. But look at the demands we've got right now to import and export. It's crazy how much we've got because we are an isolated island. Damn, boys! It is very exciting though, isn't it? And by having this strip here, does mean I can have some residential properties. Now I might need to upgrade this again, just to get that zoning in. But we could fully go for like some nice residential properties moving down here. I don't know if I might just go for like, do I do the 4 or the 3? So like, their backyards are overlooking like the entry point, and that will look really, really nice. Damn, guys, we're gonna end it for here. We made some excellent progression. Next episode, we'll get the highway all extended and add those 2 new entry points in. We'll slowly start to do that. We'll also look towards kind of getting a little bit more zoning in, trying to make some more money, but start to really play on the services and 100% sort out at some point a water treatment plant, because I can't keep polluting the water. This is not good for the fishes. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So good.